Hello everyone, I am from P.R.I.S.M and I welcome you all to our series A Dialogue. Today we had Dr. Gita Bajaj with us, who is the Program Chairperson of PGDM DCP, which is the Dual Country Program. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
My pleasure.
So, ma'am, you started your career with the Bachelor's in Engineering and then you moved towards this journalism and had an exceptional career in media industry. And now that you are in academics and have a great career here as well, so how has been the journey? Moving from engineering to media.
So
and
I
now
think it's been a very good journey. I've enjoyed every bit of it. So after completing my engineering, I worked for 3 years in a Thapa Group company. I was in the R&D department. I think I thoroughly enjoyed that. In the media industry, there was so much more to learn. I was doing what I've always wanted to do. I loved writing, and it gave me the opportunity to write. And then I got an opportunity to get onto a very big platform, which was in the Sun Times. It was great learning, doing what you love to do. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. You missed a bit in between. I also worked for a Government of India project where I was part of a committee which was working on negotiating. We would do research to give inputs to the Ministry of Education for negotiating the education sector under the WTO regime. I got an opportunity to work with very senior economists and scientists, and that was a great learning. That's what put me on the path of research, really speaking. So I had a choice of getting into pure research and academics. So I had an opportunity. I got an offer from ICRIA in India. I could come, and I decided to go here. There was more bandwidth here, so I just good to teaching, good to research, good to consulting, good to training. So I decided to be here, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this as well. So it's been good.
So you joined MDI and then after to IMT, right?
Yeah.
So what motivated you to get into new territories, to venture into these new territories? What motivated you?
Dubai, you mean? Why Dubai is your question?
That will be the next question, but right now it's about venturing into 3 different things one by one. So what has been the motivation?
I like to, if I find something which is interesting, which I think I would love to do, and I find, even if it's challenging, I'd like to take it up.
So you like taking challenges? So one of the challenges might have been coming out of India and then in Dubai. So with the research skills and all the skills that you have, any part of the world would have been lucky to have you. Why Dubai?
Any part like Timbuktu? Andaman? Okay,
Any
why Dubai?
Why Dubai?
Why Dubai? Gold? Oil? No. So Dubai I came for family reasons. My husband was here, he had his business here. He wanted to move to Dubai. So initially when I moved, I wasn't in a mood to move. He wanted me to move. And so I took a 2-year, India was very good and they gave me a 2-year leave. And I got an opportunity, and IMT was very good to offer me a job. And so I joined IMT Dubai, and I thought that IMT is a good organization. IMT is a good educational institution. Being in India, I knew about that. And so because I got this opportunity, I decided to come here and continue with what work I was doing there.
That's good actually. So you have been in Dubai for a very long time, and we have seen Dubai's growth, rapid growth over the years. So what are your thoughts about it?
Dubai is an amazing place. If you see, as after coming here, I realized, so I had been to Dubai as a tourist earlier, but that's different from coming and living over here and then knowing it more closely. I think it has had a tremendous, like what you said, a tremendous growth story. So having money is not always sufficient to make a place great. Right? There are many countries in this world which have oil and which have many resources which make them very rich, right? Yet they are not able to create the same results as Dubai has been able to create. So it's very good to be here to witness yourself how they have created so much and the drive they have for excellence here. I think it's wonderful to see that. There's a lot to learn from this place. They like to get the best of systems. They want to. So if you hear some of the stories about when different projects were put up to the Sheikh, His Highness over here, to the ruler of Dubai, for instance, and he would reject them unless he would find that what is being proposed is really a class apart.
Yeah.
And when it is a class apart, then he is all support for that. So it's a great thing to know. The first thing when I moved here to Dubai, I picked up was the book Vision, which is written by him, which talks about the vision that he has and how he would like to, he talks about his father, what he got from him, and what is his vision for Dubai, and how he'd like to take it forward. And then you come here and see how he has really transformed it. So this is a great learning, it's a great place to be.
Thank you. So, one of the most exciting things about DCP is that it brings together both of the worlds, India and Dubai. So what are your thoughts about this, the unique program, bringing together two worlds?
Oh yes, so I think that it's a great program because it brings two worlds together, and the two worlds is that you get the best of education here, and you're also close to home. You can have a pizza, you can have a wrap, you can have a falafel, and you can have a dosa, all of it together, right? So all parts of the world, you have nationalities from more than 200 countries here. That's not what you get everywhere.
Yes.
You go to many countries, you will get an exposure of that country, right? But you would not have the opportunity to meet people from so many different backgrounds. And not just meet, like work with them, have them as your clients, have them as your customers. It's a great opportunity to know people from different backgrounds. So that's what the DCP program brings to the students. The students of DCP get an international exposure. Students of DCP get a feeling that get to meet people from different nationalities, get to study from faculty which is from different nationalities. The content in the courses is also always having both the international as well as the Middle Eastern context. So you would know of India, you would know of the Middle East, you would know of an international context. That makes it stronger for you. And another thing which I think of DCP which is very good is a very good faculty to student ratio that we have here.
Yes.
So which means that the kind of access that students have to the faculty and the way they can work closely with the faculty is not something that you get everywhere. Right?
Yes.
If it's a very large school, very large number of students, then students can get lost. So they're in an international location. They have a very good faculty to student ratio. They have good access to good education, to good mentors, to industry, to international experience. I think it's a great program to be, and they really deserve that.
Yes, even I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have been associated very closely.
You think that the students deserve that, or you think that the program brings all of that?
The program brings,
or both?
Actually both.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah.
Because students are skeptical about taking this program in the starting. You get so many queries like, is this good, is this good? Even I had this same thing. But now actually I feel good that I chose this program or anything else.
Right.
Yes,
And you're not the first one to say that.
Yes, ma'am.
So every batch students come here and they think twice before because they think we don't know where they're headed and whether it's as good as not. But it's only when they come here they realize that it's a great program.
The kind of exposure that you get here, it's actually very unique. You don't get it anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that from you.
So, one of the very speciality of this program is the STP that everyone talks about. The student go to industry, they work there. So what are your thoughts about it?
So STPs it has been an experiment for us. It started initially as an optional thing. Then we made sure that every student gets a. Students love it because it's a great learning experience for them. And they also get to earn an extra little buck, which is always welcome at that stage. They get industry exposure, which I think is a very good thing. Though I do feel sometimes that it makes their life very hectic.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do your full studies and then also do an STP at the same time. So they really have to stretch, which is good in a way. Students get to learn how to stretch, which is very good. On the other hand, I do feel it's a lot of challenge, and it does take away a lot of their time which they could spend on many other things that they might like to do at their age.
Yes.
But that's fine.
But I think the short term is
What do you think about short-term programs as a student?
I love it. I currently work for one STP, and I actually really like it. The kind of work that I do, the exposure kind of thing that you have said, that there are people from 200 nationalities. So my job that I do, it's a client-facing job. So I meet people from all over the world.
Right.
So my clients are people from different countries. So I get to meet them. I get to talk to them. We to go to meetings. So it's actually a great exposure, great learning curve for me, personally speaking. And I know that many other students are as well, who have this kind of opportunities and who actually love it. So I think it's a great program. So George's pattern once quoted, "The US Marines are the few, the proud." I think this applies the same as we are a small batch of people far away from our home. And what do you think should activities that should be there to bind us very closely? Because I know it's a very close-knit program, the faculty-student ratio that you mentioned, the students being just 150, 140 students, so they are very close-knit. So what activities do you think should more be encouraged for making it a more closely knit program?
So, students find a lot of ways to bond together. That's one part. They anyways will bond.
Yeah.
I think that more than the activities, which they anyways do, because students do a lot of activities. For example, just yesterday we had this program where we give away awards for all the students who had performed well. And already in this year they've had 30 events, right? And now there's vaudeville within 3 days. Again, they're going to have about 30 different competitions there. So they are all of these large amount of activities that these students do, which is what brings life to the campus. And I think that's a very important part. But I think even more than that, it is an organizational culture. We have to always remember there's a larger campus within which everything happens. So if that's set right, then everything works fine.
Yes.
So it's when you come here, what you experience when you come here. Are you welcomed? Is there something there? Is there somebody waiting for you? Is there somebody trying to make you feel that you're away from home, you're in international education, yet you're not lost? So there is a comfort that's created for you. And then there is enough space for you to find your own self and bond with friends and make friends and find and explore the city and explore. So I think on a larger scale, it's the organizational culture and ensuring there's a good positive culture, which is important. And then within that, the students themselves, how much drive they have to create a world for themselves.
Yes.
That. And then of course, the age. They will anyways go on and figure out. So all of that works together.
Actually, I personally love this culture. That is at first I did my bachelor's in my same hometown. So this is the first time I'm out of my home. And not just home, my country. Yeah. So I was a little bit skeptical, like I'll be away from home, small batch of people, like, how it will be there, totally unknown people. But the culture that you talked about, it's actually really binding, and we actually bind on many things. So I think it has worked out very well for all of us.
Very nice, and I'm so happy to hear that from you, because especially it's going out of home, out of your country, to a new place with new people. But I think that's what is the beauty, that's what is really flowering, that's really maturing, that's really figuring out the world for yourself. So it's great, and I'm sure you're not the only one, there are many students like you.
Yes, ma'am, there are many students.
Figured out that. And figuring that out in another country, it's only when you go out you realize where is the difference.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, when you are in your own country, all said and done, the comfort is the comfort of knowing everything around you. Even if you're not in your same city or state, still it's the same. Another country is another country. It's a great exposure. So I'm happy that you and all your class fellows and others being able to make most of this opportunity.
Thank you. So any message from the incoming students? The students will be watching this and be judging if they should take this program or not. Any message for them?
Any message for them?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if they love to take challenges and if they want an international exposure and if they want to study a program where the content is international, where the faculty is coming from different parts of the world, where they have exposure to an international world, and where they still have the comfort of knowing that there is somebody there. There's a great faculty-student ratio, so great access to faculty, great access to good education. They want that, and if they have the courage to take that challenge, I think they should come.
I think they'll love it. Thank you. So thank you for taking your time. We are thankful to you, and thank you.